Hi everyone, welcome to my cyberspace. We'll continue our video on SSRS and we're talking about how to add a filter to your table in SSRS. Let's see example data. So just in case you're watching the previous video, what I did was I just dragged the first table to the second table. I rearranged that so that we can apply the filter correctly and we could see the results of what I'm doing easily. So let's go to the preview. So we see here that we have a department, executive, engineering, and R&D and all of that. So let's say the business just want to see only like they want to be able to add a filter to only see maybe engineering or executive, or they want to see the group name by like the department, right? So you want to give them that flexibility in case they want to download the data. Remember, the whole point of a paginated report is so that people can have access to the data as well. So one of the things we need to do is we need to add a filter, and in paginated report, filter is called parameters. And so what we need to do is we need to have like a data source for the parameter in itself. So first few things is we know we want them to be able to select the department. So for the department, so what we would do is we need to go to SQL query, and we would have to write a SQL query that select distinct departments. And so we see we have this distinct department. So that's number one. So we want to have like a drop down that we're able to select from this department. So you have this query, select distinct, whatever you want to be as your parameter. So then you come to your Visual Studio data sets, go to data set and add the data set. So a data set that we want to add the same way we are using our normal data set and we add a query. So normally I would advise you to call this start with something maybe whatever depth, right? So whatever this is called, um, so that's the name I want to use for that. So para depth, and so that's one name we want to use for that. So let's for this one, what I would do is I want us to I don't want us to add the underscore in it so that it doesn't confuses us. So let's just use para cap cap sense like this. So we have this and this work. So what then happen is few things we want to do, because this is also like case sensitive. So I'm just going to copy this right here so that the code will work efficiently. So I come to parameter, then I had the parameter. So the parameter I want to do, so what's the name of the parameter? I want to call it this parameter underscore date. So so the prompt is what would the person see when they want to choose a filter? I can say maybe select um the departments, right? I could just as, and it's a text, and that's you leave all this the way it is, and available value. So some available value. So where is the value coming from? We're going to get value from a query. From getting value from a query, you click on the data set. So this is where the data set is coming from. So that's para department. The value field is department. The label field is department. So the value field and label field might be different if you want. This is probably complicated if you want them to show the value itself will be like the exact filter, but you want it to be showing something else. Maybe one has a longer name and one has a shorter name. So that's something default value should leave it like that. This is in case you want to do some more complicated things, and we would select that. So we have the parameter department, but if I come to preview, even though I select, let me say I select engineering and I view reports, you still see that I am saying engineering executive and R&D. So this is not going to work until we add a clause to our demographic table, our table in itself. So this table is the human resources table. So our data, this data is coming from the human resources table. So this is data set property. So this is where our department name is coming from. So we need to add this where clause. So where the departments in this. So let me copy this. Now you might be wondering that what do you mean where departments in this? So whatever you used as your whatever you use as your distinct, right? What we use to create our parameter is also what you would search for in this where clause here. So let me just copy this. So come right here. So we have to add this in the where clause. So we are saying that the parameter that we created, this parameter right here, because the parameter is made up of the department, so we are saying where this department in this. So if I also do where the department equals to this, remember your parameter name is still going to work. So but we'll see why in is best. It's best to use in, but let's use equals to for now. So we click on OK, and now if you come to preview, I will select the department. Let's say control department. So we see right now that we only see control departments. Meanwhile, the filter is not going to affect the other table because there's no relationship between both tables as it were. And if you select another department, and all. So, but let's assume like they want to be able to select multiple departments, right? So if what you need to do is you come to your parameter in your the parameter properties, or whilst you're creating your parameter, you would click on allow multi values. So that's something you would need to do. So in general, you just click on allow multi values and click on OK. So when you click on that, you come to preview. So you could click on, can expand this, executive and engineering, and allow multi-value. But this is not going to work. Why? Because in my table, I said equals to. So if you understand SQL well, you know that equals to means you're just selecting one. Y in means you want to select multiple. So click on this, and this would work. So if I click on the engineering and this would work. So we see. So that is how to make a text filter in SSRS. In the next video, I'm going to be talking about how to make a text filter in SSRS. A little bit different from making a text filter in SSRS. See you in the next video. Bye.